I know you have always dreamed of performing in Carnegie Hall, so I think this 2023 to 2024 season at Sound Espressivo will be perfect for you. As a platform, we host live online auditions so you can share your music with the entire world. Then we send you to incredible in-person venues like Carnegie Hall so you can perform solo, as a duo, as an ensemble, and with orchestra. This year we have a total of 4 gala events at Carnegie Hall, as well as 4 different opportunities to perform with orchestras in the US, in the Czech Republic, and even in Egypt. We want to help you fulfill your musical dreams. Go to soundespressivocompetition.com to check out our season and to apply.
Oh,
amazing.
You got standing ovation. We're all standing. Beautiful, Alexis. What a great performance. And I would like to give another round of applause to your fabulous collaborative pianist. Can you please introduce your pianist?
I owe this all to the best teacher in the whole world, Dr. Kim.
Great admiration for this wonderful support you gave your student. What a great ensemble, beautiful tone and everything. Well, I'm passing the baton to the judges.
Wow. So Alexis, I mean, you have incredible technique, and I really enjoyed your use of dynamics, especially when you were pushing and pulling the boundaries of what is possible in this piece. It really got exciting, especially in the cadenza at the end. I felt like you were on fire. It was so fun. So my challenge to you would be to find those moments that you can bring that into the rest of the movement, because that was like, it felt like the shiny part of the diamond when you were doing that. Does that make sense? It was like, oh, exciting and sparkly. I loved it. Awesome.
Hi, Alexis. Congratulations. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Oh, good. Okay. I agree with Joanna wholeheartedly.
Oh, the sound disappeared again. Let's see if we can bring Lisa's sound back. Meanwhile, Alexis, I'm not a judge, so you can just scratch everything I say. But as a pianist to pianist, I want to tell you what a tremendous accomplishment for both you and your teacher to learn this concerto to such a high polish. This is one of the harder concertos, even though it's earlier, but it's much harder than number one. And that cadenza is a killer. It starts with this absolutely unplayable finger-breaking fugue, which you carried through with so much flair and confidence and such a great command of it didn't sound like you're a young musician at all. Young musicians are often focused on just delivering the text, being able to play it. You're way beyond that. You're immersed in the music, and the technique is right there in the background, supporting every impulse of your emotion in there. We can hear it. This was just absolutely incredible. Let's see if Lisa's sound can come through right now, and maybe we can hear the comments.
Are we back?
Yes, we can.
Yay. Okay, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to jinx it. Alexa, what I was saying is that I completely agree with everybody's comments. You're extraordinary. I can't believe you're 11, right? 11?
I just turned 12.
Wow. What really stood out to me, I think I really would just keep going off of what Joanna said. Your expression within the legato of dynamic is incredible. Of dynamics is just incredible. There was a moment in the first part, forgive me for not having the score in front of me to give you measure number, and it was a repeated bump, 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 bump in both hands. And you rushed it just a teeny bit. So I think as comfortable and as mature as that cadenza was, I would challenge you to find that steadiness and weight in your hands. It's really, it was so good. I mean, I'm really picking, but do you know what part I'm talking about? Be careful not to rush that, go ahead and give it a little breath. It's really, it's okay, even in Beethoven, it's not, it doesn't have to be so, I hate to say academic because I'm an academic, but there's an expression there for you, ba, 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 that you can take a breath in your body between them, or something. I mean, I'm a singer, so we live on the breath. But really, anyway, extraordinary playing. Congratulations, and to your teacher as well. Really fine work.
Yeah, playing like this by someone who's not even 12 represents an extraordinary communication between the student and the teacher, and extraordinary sync. We can feel that going between the two of you when you're playing. Playing with your own teacher, for me, when I was growing up, was one of the most nerve-wracking thing ever imaginable. I'd rather play in a big hall in front of 1,000 people than play with my teacher. But you both are so in sync and so devoted to the music and so harmoniously together. That's a really remarkable achievement. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Okay, bravo. So if you have any questions, please, now is the moment.
Thank you so much, Alexis. This is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Very extraordinary, really. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravi
Wonderful.
tutti.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we will regretfully say goodbye to Alexis and her fabulous teacher.
Check this out. I know you have always dreamed of performing in Carnegie Hall, so I think this 2023 to 2024 season at Sound Espressivo would be perfect for you. As a platform, we host live online auditions so you can share your music with the entire world. Then we send you to incredible in-person venues like Carnegie Hall so you can perform solo, as a duo, as an ensemble, and with orchestra. This year we have a total of 4 gala events at Carnegie Hall, as well as 4 different opportunities to perform with orchestras in the US, in the Czech Republic, and even in Egypt. We want to help you fulfill your musical dreams. Go to soundespressivocompetition.com to check out our season and to apply.
Beautiful. That's one of my favorite arias. So wonderful to hear it on those auditions. Passing on to our judges.
Oh, me first. Okay. Congratulations, Anna. That was so beautiful. And you are so beautiful. You look amazing. And you sound great. I wonder if you're singing a little bit for the room you're in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There were a few times when I felt like your breath was just, I mean, of course, I would imagine you're a little nervous. That's totally normal. All of those things. Huh. Somebody's doorbell. Is that you? That's funny. But I would challenge you now as you're working through these things. And obviously, it's not ideal to have to sing with a recording. It's great that you can, but it doesn't allow you a lot of breath freedom.
It is.
But try to not think about the room you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not training to sing in a room that size. You're training to sing in the great stages of the world.
Yeah.
And that's so important with your air and the habit of how you breathe in those moments, so that when you get to go to those great halls in the world and sing and audition and all those things, you don't have to readjust. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, especially with a big voice, you have a big, beautiful tone, incredible sound. I get the sense that sometimes you're pulling back a bit from it. And in Puccini, you just have to go and trust that sort of forwardness and bigness is okay. Yes, of course, she's supposed to be a young girl and all of those things, but it's still O mio babbino caro. I mean, it's just, the whole world loves that aria. So, but really, beautiful singing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, Alina, I remember you from last year, and your voice has really blossomed. It's really, really beautiful. The tone is still gorgeous, of course, like it was always beautiful. But you have such it's much more open and full than it was before. And I really appreciate that. And I would second what Lisa says, just continue singing, thinking bigger for Puccini. This aria can be played many different ways. And I would next time love to see more of what you think of what the character is going through, or more of what, even if it's in the moment, just thinking like, okay, in this phrase, I'm going to choose happiness. And in this phrase, I'm going to choose sadness, or whatever, just something a little bit more, with more depth, for the character. And then, there were a couple of moments where I think it was breath related, where you had some double consonants that aren't double consonants, and then and the opposite. And so I would revisit that as you're working through this piece. Do you have a pianist that you work with regularly that maybe could make a recording for you of this track that feels more true to what you want to do expressively? Because I feel like that would help you get more of the character across, not fix the little itty bitty issues with the language when it's breath related. So that would be my big suggestion. But brava, like sincerely, I really love your sound. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to see how it continues to develop. Yeah, you just have this like beautiful look about you, and I want to hear you like fit those two things together. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head.
Seriously, you look like a mermaid, like your hair and it's just like oh a singer. Wow, yeah. And that's a great thing, right? I would echo, Joanne, if you don't mind me jumping in, about the character work, right? She's a funny girl. She's very spoiled.
Yeah.
But sincere, right? She's a daddy's girl. Nothing wrong with that. But she's very impassioned about this. I'm going to throw myself in the Arno. And I think it's okay to look at what the stakes are, emotional, acting, what the stakes are in this piece. Oh mio babbino caro, oh my little daddy, this is what I want. And then you realize that the only way he's going to give it to you is if you threaten him in a way. Very Puccini-esque. Subjugated women, it's what happens if you love Puccini, So, you're forced to use your wiles. Look at Butterfly. I mean, come on. So I would really, I agree, though, that I think if you had your own track, that's a great idea, Joanna. It would help you keep working to dig into that air and that connection of the air. The air is a part of the music. It's a part of the expression. It's not just fuel. It is fuel, but it's not just that. It's connected. The breath, the way you take the breath for each character is also part of the expression.
Yeah, and Puccini is really explicit about what he wants theatrically, and you can tie those two things together. The breath, the breath will come naturally if you're thinking about the character, and vice versa. The character will come naturally if you're looking carefully at Puccini's, but within the scope of what you want to do as a performer musically, not what that orchestra decided for you.
Right.
But really, again, Alina, your sound is so beautiful, and this piece really showcases that. So I would say continue to work on it and continue to pull all these character things out. I'm so excited to see where you go with this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Alina, if you have any questions, if there's anything you would like to talk to the judges about, now is the moment.
I'm just so excited and so thankful for your comments, and I will work definitely for accompaniment with pianist. It will definitely, I think, help me. Not orchestra, slow orchestra.
Hey, we've all been there. It's okay.
It's remarkable that you can sing this kind of aria, which requires so much freedom and so much rubato with the pre-recorded track, and not sound. You didn't, at least to me. I mean, the singers. Experts will tell you more about it, but to me, it didn't sound like it restricted you at all. It sounded, well, maybe you were working against the wind. That's possible, but it sounded as though wow, you're singing with the orchestra, but no, it's a track, it's a can, it's not moving. You can't move it, but you are moving around the beats of that orchestra remarkably. For me, that's a skill which is very hard to attain, because even when you're singing with a living orchestra, with a live orchestra, it doesn't always come completely in sync. It doesn't always have to be completely in sync. So there's a little bit of what jazz musicians do, a little bit of a swing and sway of the beats. You're stretching them. You go. That to me was a remarkable point in your performance.
Yeah, and to Anna's point, it shows your great musicianship. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I tried my best.
Alina, can I ask what other repertoire you're working on?
So,
if we have time, I'm sorry. Is that okay?
Yes, please, of course.
Okay, good.
I've been working on Chio-san, Mimi, Liu, Tosca. Yes,
only a little bit of stuff.
Can I suggest
Yes.
I don't know how old you are, and it's not. That's not an issue for me at all. Is your age? Is that if do you know who I mean by Mirella Freni? The great.
Yes, Mirella Freni.
Yeah, I would really do a little research online if you can, and really listen to early Freni repertoire.
Yes.
I think she had such balance in so many different not genres of music, but timings, historic composers, different times, in music history, where she's still singing with the same technique, but she's singing Mozart, like we were talking about earlier, Anna, Mozart, and she sang like Baroque music and early Mozart, like there's many of them of that golden age of singing, but I think Morella in particular, you remind me of her, just your look and that sound that's in the legato that's coming, but just a little tiny word of caution: watch out for Tosca and Chocho-san, just maybe until you have a good Mimi under your belt. And I don't mean just the arias, and maybe Liu too, if you have the opportunity to do either of those roles, in particular Mimi, because your middle voice is really lovely, and it's where the meat of Puccini's heroines live, but they have to have the spectacular arc and the spectacular height. And Tosca is like the culmination. Tosca and Turandot, of course. Just don't go too fast into that, the bigger things, because when they're with orchestra, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't mean orchestra out of your recorder, I mean, like, it's astonishing how much energy. That's why I think it's important for you now to really don't worry about the room. Don't worry about, making it fit into our little headset, right? Don't worry about it. The sound technicians know what they're doing these days. They can fix it. So, yeah, does that make sense?
I do appreciate this. Is very important.
Okay, good.
Compliment for me.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you, Alina.
Thank you, Alina, for bringing this gorgeous
Thank you
singing
so
and your
much.
wonderful presence.